All right, today we're going to dig into a really big idea that's changing how we think about real-time collaboration, especially for us developers. We're going to unpack the Paravox thesis, which says the future isn't just about building smarter chatbots. Nope, it's about building entirely new, programmable, collaborative rooms. So here's the plan. We'll start with the problem we all feel with meetings today. Then we'll get into the core idea, rooms, not bots. After that, we'll pop the hood and look at the extensible skill system, see how that builds up to a meeting operating system, and then wrap up by thinking about what this means for all of us who build software. Okay, so let's set the stage. The issue isn't just that we're tired of meetings. Meeting fatigue is only part of it. The real problem is that the purpose of a meeting has totally changed, and our tools just haven't caught up. And if you want to see just how much it's changed, just look at this number, 252%. That's the jump in weekly meeting time since early 2020. I mean, that's not just a small increase. That is a complete rewiring of how we spend our days at work. This quote right here just nails it. Meetings used to be for talking. Now, they're where we try to coordinate complex projects and actually get work done. They become this huge burden because the container we're using, the standard video call, it just wasn't built for this. It's not fit for purpose anymore. So, what do you do about that? How do you fix the container? Well, Paravox's big idea is to change the container itself. It's a shift from thinking about disposable meetings to creating persistent, intelligent rooms. And this, right here, is the absolute key architectural choice. You see, in most systems, the AI is just a little add-on. It's a sidebar, it summarizes things, it's a bot you mention. But here, the agent is a true first-class participant. It has a seat at the table. It's not just sitting on the sidelines taking notes. And that one decision changes everything. We're all used to the old way, right? It's disposable. You have a meeting, you hang up, and poof, all that context just evaporates. It's on you to write everything down and carry it forward. The Paravox way is totally different. The room is a living, persistent object. It remembers everything, the context, the decisions, the files, so it's all waiting for you next time. Here's what that actually feels like. Week 1, you kick off a project. Week 2, you jump back in. There's no, hey, can someone remind me where we left off? The room knows, and you get right back to work. But week 3, now this is the killer feature. A new dev joins the team. Instead of someone spending an hour getting them up to speed, the room's own agent can give them a perfect summary of every decision and discussion that's happened so far. Okay, so this idea of a persistent room with an AI member is pretty cool, but how do you actually make that AI participant do useful stuff? Well, this is where it gets really, really interesting for us as developers. This is where the whole thing becomes a programmable platform. The magic ingredient here is something they call an extensible skill. And get this, it's not code you have to compile and ship. It's a declarative JSON manifest. This one file does 2 things. It tells the agent what it can do by defining its tools, and it tells the client what to show by defining custom UI panels. And this is the part that should make every developer's ears perk up. If you want to teach the agent a new trick, you don't file a ticket and wait for the next release. You just write a JSON manifest, post it to an API, and bam, your agent has a new superpower, instantly. That's a massive deal for extensibility. Okay, let's make this real. Here's a quick look at a manifest for a simple video player skill. You see that agent tool schemas part? That's just telling the LLM, hey, you now have a tool called Play Video. Then agent tool handlers tells the system what to do when that tool gets used. In this case, broadcast the info over a data channel. And finally, client UI descriptor tells the front end to pop open a UI panel that's listening on that same channel. So here's the whole flow, end to end. A user says, play this video. The LLM figures out what they need and calls that play video tool. Now the agent doesn't actually play the video itself. It just shouts a little JSON message out onto a data channel. On the other side, the UI panel, which is created by the very same manifest, is listening. It catches that message and renders the video securely in a sandboxed iframe. The platform itself knows nothing about YouTube. It's just the messenger. So let's zoom back out. When you put all these pieces together, the persistent rooms, the first-class AI members, and this awesome extensible skill system, you don't just have a better meeting tool. You have something much bigger. You have what you could call a meeting operating system. And this OS is built on 4 pillars. You've got your basic conversation layer, audio, video, chat. Then you've got agents providing coordination, helping the meeting run smoothly. On top of that is execution, where agents use those skills to do real work. But the one pillar holding it all up is continuity, that persistent memory that makes the whole room feel smart. One of the coolest results of this is a concept called artifact co-presence. Now, this isn't about getting a meeting summary in your email an hour later. No, this is about the agent creating and updating a task list or a project timeline live in a shared panel while you are all talking. The actual work product becomes part of the meeting experience itself. It's co-created by everyone in the room, humans and agents alike. All right, let's bring it all home. What does all of this actually mean for how we build software and how we work together? This quote basically says it all. We need to stop thinking about building an app and then bolting a chatbot onto it. The new unit of software, the new primitive, is the room itself, an integrated, persistent space where people, AI agents, tools, and the history of the project all live together. The room is the product. So, this is the question we're left with, and it's a big one. If your real-time collaboration space was a fully programmable platform, just like your IDE or your OS, what would you build on top of it? A skill for real-time compliance checks? One that renders 3D models for design reviews? The possibilities are pretty much endless. Really makes you think, doesn't it? Thanks for tuning in.